Flip, what about the third quarter? I mean, you outscored 31-11, and they go 1 of 14, pretty much the key of the game.
Yeah, I thought defensively we were solid. You know, since after the first half in New Jersey, these last 10 quarters, we've really played pretty solid basketball. And as I said to our guys when we were going through a rough stretch 2 weeks ago, as you have to work at it, you all of a sudden just don't all of a sudden start playing well. And even though we've been playing good teams, whether it's the Lakers twice over the last couple of weeks, Miami, and so you might not reap the benefits right away, but if you keep on playing that way and you establish how you have to play, it's going to help. You know, we're good defensively. We were good defensively against Miami. We were good tonight. But I think the key is offensively. In the 2 years I've been here, we probably executed as well as we have. We got into sets. We ran through sets. We executed. We got what we wanted. And what it did is it kept us. We had good floor balance. We weren't off balance. So we weren't giving up easy buckets in transition.
Kirk running the show tonight said a lot for that. You know, the balance that you had.
Yeah, he did a good job. Got the ball to people. Was aggressive. We need to be in situations. The other thing is, I'll tell you what. Josh, you know he's only playing 20 minutes. His leadership and just his ability to lock down defensively on people and know that guy's not going to go in us that much is huge for us.
Can you talk about Russia House and played there?
You know, considering he got in early today, found out late last night that we were going to bring him in, he did a good job. You know, I don't think he expected, I don't know when he played 16 minutes or whatever, he expected to play that much, but he made some shots, and it's tough to be thrown into that, that kind of situation. But he, you know, the fortunate thing was he'd been with us through camp, he'd been with us through the year. He was a little bit familiar with our players and some of the things we wanted to do.
You haven't had this at all in your entire tenure here, a game like this.
Not too many, no. The only time I remember we had a big blow was really our first home game we played here against New Jersey.
Right.
When we won big. Like I said, we did it because we were never in a panic situation offensively. We got into sets. You know, and as I said to our players, we said, you know, if you execute, you can still score a lot of points. It's not like we're running up and down to score 107, 109 points, whatever it was. But we got in the sets and we got shots that we wanted.
There was a span there in the third and fourth quarter where they went like 12 minutes without a field goal. Was that your defense combined with them just?
I think we've been better defensively. You know, something we've spent time on to work on, and I don't know if we're that good, you know, to hold teams for scoreless or one field goal 13 minutes. But you know, we really contested shots tonight. We didn't get many open looks, and our guys, we were very active.
Flip, Bernie specifically singled out Nick Young as someone whose minutes would increase the result of Gilbert being gone. I know it's only 2 games, but you have to like what you've seen from him, transitioning from a bench guy to a start. Just talk about how.
Well, what he's been able to do, he's been able to do what he did for us off the bench, and do it in a starting type role. You know, even when he was on the bench, I said he was like a 6th starter because of his ability to. He knew he was going to play a lot and play a lot of minutes, and we were going to go to him. And so he's still, as far as been able to do that, and stretch the defense. And what I like about him is that you know, he's making quick decisions. You know, and I'm not, you know, I think one thing that's happening, you know, Gilbert was so good as far as with the ball that our players had a tendency a lot when Gil got it to stand and watch. You know, now our guys are, I think, are moving a little bit more, and that's not taking anything away from Gilbert. Sometimes our guys are just, they're so used to Gilbert being so good and being able to take things over that they rely on that. Now they know they don't have to. They can't rely on his ability to take over in situations, and they have to rely on our offense. And that's what Nick's doing, is making good, quick decisions.
Is there a sense of, I don't know how to put it exactly, but is there a sense of somewhat of relief when there isn't a bona fide superstar necessarily on a team?
Well, I don't know about that.
I mean, well, John's not playing right now.
Yeah, you'd like to have guys who can take the game over at the end. You know, it's really what happens in close games. Whoever has the best player on the floor most of the time, that's who's going to win in the close game down the stretch. Unless you become a team that you can rely so much on your as a whole, you're better than as individuals. And that's the type of team I had in Detroit. You know, as a whole, our 5 guys, we were better than individual players. Because all 5 guys were very, very toned into what we were doing, very committed, and believed in our offense. And I think tonight, these last 2 games, I thought that we've probably run our offense as well as we've run it in a couple of years, as far as not being scattered and being very committed to what we were doing.
Flip, how long does it take now, I mean, when you mention that, to get that consistency going where, you know, that's what you kind of expect?
Well, every day is a new challenge. You know, what changes consistency is the addition of new players. You know, and tomorrow we'll add another one. As far as you're working with Richard, you know, and hopefully here quick, we're going to add John. So, but you hope that you can establish a system and they can pretty much just plug right into it.